The last two. Any high buffalo, any a training for, and sutie, you were bassa ye, Hokasiaba. Execution entertainment. Yapa. Whoa, yeah. Ghana, my baby. Canumia Muyanko.
Niece up, and it's day 2, and the power went back off after 12 hours. So this is just my little flashlight that I have, and it's like 6:30 in the morning, and our ride is gonna take us out like at 8:30 by 8:30 a.m. So we're gonna start getting ready. I'm gonna start getting ready. Everybody's pretty much sleeping, including my niece. She's sleeping in her little mosquito thing. I had to sleep with her last night because we don't have our own rooms here in my uncle's house, but when we go to Kumasi to my parents' house, we'll both have our own room. So I had to sleep with her, which was cool until she started coming over to my side, but that's okay. So yeah, I'm gonna get ready and take my bath. Yeah, we're gonna eat breakfast today. I'm not really sure. Oh, it looks like oatmeal. I think this is sausage. This is sausage we bought yesterday at Game. Some butter, and what is this? Oh, egg, plates, bowls, and the milk we bought in my But I'll just briefly just kind of tell you what the plan is for today. We're supposed to go to Kwame Nkrumah Memorial, which is good. I'm excited about that. And then we're supposed to also go to Black Star Square, or Independence Square is the official name. Like if you look it up on Wikipedia, it's Independence Square, but also known as Black Star Square. And then also wanted to go to Aburi Gardens. And I also wanted to do a walk-in tour of Jamestown, but I don't know if we're still gonna do that. I heard it's a lot of walking, and I didn't tell anybody to bring walking shoes. So hopefully maybe we can do that tomorrow or another day. But maybe we should have done that and then just brought walking shoes. I don't know, but anywho.
Wait, we have to walk around here.
Is this the stadium right here? No, this is Independence Square actually.
That's the stadium.
That way, yeah.
The stadium we just passed.
Yeah, I know.
This is the Black Star Square.
Black Star Square. This is the whole thing here.
Yeah.
What do they do here? Besides,
There's a beach over there.
Yeah.
What's the name of that beach?
Accra Beach.
No, that's not Accra Beach. Here we are at Black Star Square. You see right up there. And this is the whole place. They hold events here and do all sorts of like national events here for the country sometimes. Like, I think they had a funeral here for someone. I don't remember who, but they do like marches here and do things here on Independence Day. Big celebrations. It's usually completely filled. So that's where we're at right now. And there's a beach, and there is the big Black Star Power. But yeah, there's a beach behind there. Just wanted to get closer. So there I am. There I'm walking. This is it. This is Black Star Square. I want to get on the other side, but it looks like everybody's heading to the car, so I'll just get in. So we just left out the museum at the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial. We've just read a lot about his history and everything. Unfortunately, we can't actually take pictures inside of there. So there's no actual pictures of that because I'm not allowed to take pictures inside the museum. But this is outside of the museum right here. And that's the old statue of him. that the coup destroyed. That's why the head is missing. The military coup that went to take over Ghana. So his head is taken off. Is his body in there? Oh wow. R.I.P. That's kind of cool. It's like when I went to W.E.B. Du Bois' house in Accra. His body was also buried inside of his house, his former house, which is now kind of like a tourist museum for people visiting Ghana. His body is inside of this big old thing here that I just came out of. It's pretty cool. So, this is the statue of the late Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. You know what I like most about Ghana? I just feel like everything is so detailed. Like everything is extremely detailed. And I just love that. You know, usually they have water coming out of those stems right there. But yeah, I'm not sure why they don't have it this time. So this is the car he used to drive around Ghana. I don't know if you can really see that well though. You said antique, right, Mommy? Yep. Vintage style. They took the license plate off. I don't know why though. So his body is actually inside of there.
Yeah.
And him and his wife.
Yeah.
The same as this one.
Yeah.
They look the same.
So his wife and him are both buried in that place that I was inside of. There was 2 graves there.
Kid was just a jump off kid.
Yeah, from the first woman.
Yeah.
Miss Miller or something is her name. Something Henrietta Miller.
They weren't married.
Yeah, they weren't. So he has 3 sons.
He had another kid by some other lady. His first son by another lady.
An American woman. And then he married the Egyptian woman and they had 2 kids.
Samia and
What'd you call his first wife? His
First jump
Fatia.
off.
Disrespectful.
It's not disrespectful.
Who? The wife's name.
No. No. I just
Kwaku's being ignorant.
ignorant.
You could have just said his first child's mother.
Yeah.
Why she gotta be a jump off?
Because he didn't marry her.
Probably gonna go to Aburi Gardens, so I'll probably record some more over there. But this is Kwame Nkrumah Memorial. Here at Aburi Gardens. Lots of leaves. Tall trees. That tree looks pretty cool. Maybe I should have worn sneakers. But it's too late now.
So I'm Felix.
Hi, Felix.
I don't know if it's morning or afternoon, but I think it's in the afternoon. So good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so I think first of all I'll say Aquaba.
Madasi.
Alright. So what we do is we start with the history, then we start with the trees and everything around here. So if we should start with the history now, everything in these gardens was started as far back as 1842. So that was in 1842. There was a committee called the House of Commons in London. You know, it's like they met and decided to establish, this park. But in 1842, they couldn't really came out with the importance. So they have to go remet again in 1865 to come out with the importance. Then the gardens was officially opened in 1890, which is 125 years old. Now, before they came and established the park, they were already staying in this white building. This was built in 1875 and was built as a sanatorium. Then they converted it to be the commissioner's office after they realized the weather condition here, was good. So there was a man who was then in charge of the country called Sir Brownford. So he appointed a German carpenter who came to this country through what we call the Basel mission. Basel is what we now call Presbyterian Church. So he appointed him to get some people to start some clearing around the building to start the gardens. And by 1908, then they were able to get 64.8 hectares, which is 160 acres. Then he appointed the first curator from Kew Gardens in London, and he was called William Clotter. Now, we've divided the gardens into 3 main parts. So we have 35 acres, which is, this side. And this is for something we call like ex situ conservation. The idea was to bring plants from different countries, plant them here to see whether it will thrive with the same weather condition. Then they created 50 acres for herbal plants. That is down there. Then we have 75 acres forest reserve. But we will deal with the 35 acres here since we have most of the plants here. So they further went on and divided the 35 into 10. So each lawn in the gardens is having different types of plants on it. So this is the second, and it's notable for palms. So we start with this palm. This is our oil palm tree, which is called the Lias guineensis. This is what gives us the red palm oil, the palm kernel oil, the palm nut soup, the margarine, the soap, the brooms, the palm wine, so on and so forth. Now this happens to be one of the cash crops that was in this country before cocoa was later introduced. Which now I think the Malaysians are in charge of like whole palm stuff in the world. Our date is very, very tall.
What's the name?
Date palm.
Date palm.
I know date palm is quite common. This is almost like a fruit. So this is the silk cotton tree, planted 1924 by Georgesburg. This is what they use. They don't use the timber for paper, plywood, canoe. They use the cotton for filling teddy bears, mattresses and pillows. And I don't know, maybe you know it well. I've got some black seed. Inside the cotton, there's some black seed in it. Now if you're able to extract the oil, it's good for diabetes. So that's it.
So this one, how can you get the cotton?
This plant actually is very common in Ghana. Very, very common. And we start producing the cotton around November, December, January, February, like that.
And people go up there and
No, it just, I wish you'd be here maybe during the dry season. It's all over.
So it grows up there and then the cotton just falls? Oh, okay.
Free of charge for you to pick.
Wow.
A similar one is this one. You see the one with the branch here with the green and yellow leaves around it. It's the same as this one, but this happens to be the oldest tree in the gardens. So this is the sole survival of the original forest.
Wow.
Which is over 300, 400, 500 years old.
This tree right here.
Yeah. So this is like the grandmother of all the trees here. So it was here when they started the gardens and it's still here today.
this one.
Yeah, this is the one.
So 300 to 500 years old.
It was estimated 350 years back, and this should be more than that.
Could be even older.
This is
So I asked the tour guide if this was done in Ghana, because you see all the detail of the men. So I was like, is this done in Ghana? He was like, of course, only black people can do this. Meaning only black people can carve this. But the trees over here were imported. Today I feel extremely I felt really touristy today. So touristy that I'm exhausted. I'm probably gonna go to bed soon after I take a bath, because I definitely need to bath tonight, for sure. I did a lot of walking today and a lot of just tourist action. Being a tourist or acting touristy, it's extremely tiring. Especially here, because it's really hot. I mean, it's pretty much how it would be even if you were in DC. Say you spent a day in DC walking around seeing all the sights. It's that kind of exhaustion, excuse me. So we woke up, we went to Ghana Parliament. It wasn't really on my list of things to see, but we did it anyways because we were going past it. So Philemon, who was driving us around, I've known Philemon since about 2010. He used to live in my uncle's outside house. He worked and watched my uncle's house in Accra and watched over the property. And we called him up and he came and he took us very early. I think I would say we probably left around maybe 9. 9 or so. We went to Parliament. After Parliament, got on Parliament where they make all the laws and decisions. We didn't go inside. We just looked on the outside and took pictures. After that, we then went to Independence Square, and then went to Kwame Nkrumah Memorial. Near there is a cultural center where they sell like really nice souvenirs. I heard like really nice souvenirs, and totally slipped my mind, and we didn't get to go inside and see it because apparently it's like very close to Kwame Nkrumah, like walking distance. But that's okay. We can go to Kumasi Cultural Center because we're leaving on Friday. So we went into Kwame Nkrumah Memorial. Then after I went to Aburi Gardens, which is like Ghana's botanical garden. And I know you can see a botanical garden anywhere, but I still wanted to go see this. I thought it would be a good type of touristy thing to do. And it was really cool. And there's some weird things that happen. So there was a sign or like some type of educational sign that had information about the nutmeg tree, which we were looking at. And this girl comes over to me. I know she's Ghanaian, but I could tell she lives abroad. Like she lives in probably America, maybe. So we're looking at the sign, or our tour guide Felix is touring us around. She's there with some guy, and they're doing their own personal tour of the botanical garden, walking around. And so the nutmeg sign near the nutmeg tree has all the information about the nutmeg. And she says to Felix, while he's giving us the tour, she interrupts him and says, "Excuse me, can I ask you a question?" And he was like, "Sure." And she was like, "I need you to read this to me." And he's like, he wanted her to read what was on the sign, the information about nutmeg. And he was, first of all, the paint was fading. So the writing was in white, and the paint was fading, or the paint had been, like, it faded off. So you couldn't really read everything it was saying. So he was basically trying to tell her, I have everything in my head. Like, basically, I can't read this because, I mean, the paint it's wearing off. So you could kind of read some of it. It was like nutmeg is, and then the words would kind of fade away. So he's like, I have it all in my head. She's like, but I need you to read it to me. And he's like, it's in my head. I can tell you whatever information about a nutmeg tree that you need to know, I can tell you. And then she turns to me and my mom is like really upset. It's like, can you guys read this? And then I start to think something is wrong with this girl. Maybe she cannot read English. So I was a little bit concerned because I'm like, wow, she's a grown woman. She can't read. So finally she explains that she paid money to come in here, and what's the point of paying if you can't even read what is written? And she's yelling at Felix. And he's like, if you have a problem with anything, at the botanical garden, you need to go tell the office, It was just very weird because she was so upset. And Felix, he was like, Bob Marley says that hypocrites are parasites. So he explained basically that even if she was in a position to change all the things that she thinks is wrong with the botanical garden, she probably wouldn't even change those things. He was like, she's probably going to be like elected officials who basically, are people who maybe complain about things, and then when they get into power, they basically don't change anything. And he was like, she's Ghanaian, and instead of maybe coming and volunteering to fix the sign that was fading or paint over it, whatever, she's complaining, and at the end of the day, she's not going to do anything about it. She's just going to complain and show off. He said she was trying to flex on him, and he said hypocrites are parasites. And I just thought it was a very weird encounter. It was very disturbing, and it's something I didn't get on camera, which would have been just so vlog worthy. But a lot of things that happened today I didn't get on camera, and they were pretty funny. Like some of the things Felix said, he was hilarious. It's probably the best tour guide I've ever had, honestly. He kept me cracking up. And he was just so knowledgeable. He said he'd been working at the botanical garden for about 2 years or 3 years, but he said he hadn't been there like in 3 months, but they call him anytime they need him. And then we went to Accra Mall just to get like a SIM card and some other things. My sister-in-law wanted to go to Mango. It's a department store. Apparently it's in Europe. I did not know. And they have one in Accra Mall. So we went to Mango. My sister-in-law bought like 3 things for like $50 or less. It was definitely a good deal. She got a cute romper, some pants, and a cute shirt. Very cute stuff. And then when we were coming into Accra Mall, Asamoah Gyan, who was one of the stars of the Black Star football team, which is Ghana's football team, national football team, he speeds out of Accra Mall in a Bentley, and everybody is like chasing after him in his Bentley and like clinging onto his car. And of course my battery was dead, so I didn't get any of that, but it was just really cool because he's like a celeb, he's a football star, so he's just like, know, stunting and coming out the mall. But I saw another football player doing an interview outside of the mall with a news anchor. So I think they were talking about something. And then we came home. Like this morning, as you saw, there was no power. So when we came home, power didn't come on until about 6 p.m., which was even earlier than yesterday, and which was really good. So the power came on, and now everybody's watching Jurassic Park. I think it was a really touristy day. We're all really tired. I know personally of some people that when they travel places, they don't like to do touristy things. They want to live like locals. And that's cool, you know. But I really can say I really enjoy being a tourist. It's fun for me. Because I know when I go to Kumasi, probably just going to see family and relax and spend time with my dad. I'm not going to be doing as much that we do here. And I agree. Sometimes it's nice to just even go somewhere and just relax. You don't have to go out all the time. But I figured while we're here, why not, you know? And I liked walking around. I love walking around gardens and parks. I do that in Maryland all the time. So that kind of stuff I like. And today was a good day.
Wow. Oh yeah, Samu.
DJ Breeze.
Mirazi.
Wow, bodam.
No shame.
Yay.
Ja. Oh, better pa.
What?
Irada Simbiaba.
Castro. D Black.
Mirazi. Sobim. Afide. Yeah, that's Obiaba.
Everybody, let's go.
Menamna metete. 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 Menamna metete. Metete. Anda seo. Menamna metete. 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 Menamna metete. Metete. Anda seo.